All right, let's just get right into it. A 20-year-old IT automation tool that has been the absolute backbone of Windows scripting for literally decades is officially dead. Microsoft has completely removed WMIC.exe from Windows 11, specifically as of the August 2026 update for versions 24H2, 25H2, and even 26H1. This tool is gone. And here's the truly scary part about all this. It's going to break your legacy scripts completely silently. So welcome to today's explainer, where we're going to break down exactly what this means for your endpoints and, more importantly, how to fix it before your users even notice something's wrong. So here's our roadmap for today. 1. The silent script killer. 2. Why WMIC was removed. 3. Verifying your current state. 4. The modern PowerShell fix. And 5. Automating discovery at scale. Let's dive in. Section 1. The silent script killer, when legacy tools vanish. For 2 decades now, WMIC.exe has been our faithful command line front door. But to be fair, Microsoft hasn't kept its demise a secret. They've actually been leaving us breadcrumbs for a whole decade. Back in 2016, WMIC was quietly deprecated. By 2022, it was made an optional feature. In 2024, they turned it off by default. In 2025, it was actually removed upon OS upgrade, though you could still add it back manually if you really needed to. But in 2026, removed for good. The final axe has fallen. Now, Microsoft does offer a temporary zip file called WMIC.exe.zip to act as sort of a spare tire, but it is exactly that, a spare tire to buy you a little bit of time, not a permanent solution. The biggest issue here is that when things break, there are absolutely no pop-up warnings. When a script runs a WMIC command now, it simply fails and throws a command recognition error. If your configuration manager deployments or your automated sign-in scripts rely on this tool, they're just going to silently fail in the background. No alerts, no flashy errors, just failure. So the absolutely crucial point right now is finding where these legacy commands are hiding. In most enterprise environments, they're lurking in old .bat files, sign-in scripts, software deployment tools, scheduled tasks, and monitoring agents. But you know what the sneakiest culprits are? Third-party installers. The software itself might quietly use WMIC behind the scenes during its installation process. It fails quietly, and your only clue will be some buried line in that application's proprietary log file. Section 2. Why WMIC was removed. The WMI backend stays. Now, I want to address the biggest misconception right out of the gate here. The entire WMI system is not shutting down. WMI, Windows Management Instrumentation, is the core engine that stores all the information about the computer. Think of WMIC as just one old, creaky front door to that WMI room. Microsoft is permanently bricking up that old WMIC front door, but the room itself, the WMI backend service, remains completely intact. We just need to start using the modern door, which is PowerShell, to access it. So why tear down the front door at all? Well, it comes down to 2 main reasons: age and security. Built-in tools like WMIC are inherently trusted and signed by Microsoft, which makes them an absolute favorite for threat actors. Security teams refer to WMIC as a living off-the-land tool. Attackers abused features like the node command to quietly spread from machine to machine over a network, blending in perfectly with normal IT activity. Because of this, Microsoft Defender attack surface reduction rules actively block processes started via WMI commands. By removing the executable entirely, Microsoft is closing this attack vector for good. Section 3. Verifying your current state. Is WMIC still hiding? Okay, so any system admin can run these 3 manual PowerShell checks right now to get a baseline. First, use testpath looking for the WMIC.exe binary in System32 to see if the file physically exists on the machine. Second, run get Windows capability to check if the OS itself still sees it as an installed feature. And third, run get child item to scan your network script folders for legacy dependencies, basically to see what is hard-coded into your environment right now. But let's be real, doing that manually across a whole enterprise directory is painfully slow. To speed this up, there is a fantastic companion script hosted on the Windows 11-scripts GitHub repository called get.wmicdependencyreport.ps1. This script dramatically accelerates the discovery process by running all those checks automatically and exporting a clean CSV report that you can instantly share with your engineering team. It's a huge time saver. Section 4. The modern PowerShell fix. Migrating to cmdlets. Before we start mapping anything, a quick warning for veteran admins.
Skip the deprecated get-wimi object command. It doesn't even exist in PowerShell 7 anymore. We are moving straight over to get-sim instance. And fortunately, the most common legacy queries map over directly. You used to write WMIC BIOS get serial number. Now you just write get-sim instance win32_BIOS. Need the OS version? Get-sim instance win32_ operating system. Looking for running programs? Get-sim instance win32 process. It's a simple, direct, one-to-one mapping that works beautifully both locally and remotely.
But hold on, just a second. There is a massive gotcha here. If mapping is so simple, why is mapping software uninstalls an absolute trap? It's because of what's known in the industry as the Win32 product trap. You might think the logical replacement for finding software is get-sim instance Win32 product. Do not do this. Microsoft's own documentation warns that simply querying this specific class accidentally triggers every single installed program on that computer to initiate a background consistency check and repair loop. You will literally tank the endpoint system performance just by asking it a basic question. So what do? If you need to inventory installed software, hit the registry directly. Querying HKLM software, Microsoft Windows, current version uninstall using getItemProperty is instantaneous, it's lightweight, and it is the only safe way to query software installations without triggering that catastrophic repair loop. Section 5. Automating discovery at scale, using Intune and GPO. Let me be perfectly clear about something. There is no group policy setting, no registry hack, nothing that can stop this removal. The update happens regardless of what you do. So if you use Microsoft Intune, here are the exact steps to proactively map your entire fleet today. Step 1, go to Devices, Scripts, and add a platform script. Step 2, upload that get-WMIC dependency report PS1 companion script we talked about earlier. Step 3, assign it to a pilot test group. Step 4, let it run, and then review the device status page to see the results coming in. Now, when the script actually outputs its CSV data, what are you looking at? Well, the script breaks down its findings systematically. Step 1, validates the actual OS build version. Step 2, checks if the WMIC.exe file is physically present. Step 3, checks if the OS still lists it as a feature on demand. And steps 4 and 5 actually parse your files and schedule tasks line by line looking for those legacy commands. When you're reviewing this data, pay very close attention to the exit codes. Exit code 0 means clean. Exit code 1 means the script itself actually failed to run. But an exit code of 2, that means the script ran perfectly and it found legacy dependencies. If you see a 2, you have active scripts that are definitely going to break, and you need to migrate them to cmdlets immediately. Which brings me to a question you really need to ask yourself right now. Have you checked your group policy logon scripts today? Don't just assume everything is modern just because you're running Windows 11. The August 2026 update is coming, and you do not want this to turn into a massive, silent fire drill where users suddenly can't map their network drives or launch their software. So your action item today is clear. Audit your environment, download that companion script, and start rewriting those queries with get-sim instance. If this explainer saved you from a massive headache, make sure to subscribe to Endpoint Weekly and drop a comment below with any questions you have about PowerShell migrations. I'll leave you with this final thought. The August 2026 update is basically a silent ticking clock that's already installed in your release pipeline. When it finally strikes 0, will your enterprise keep running flawlessly, or will your infrastructure quietly crumble in the background? The choice is absolutely yours. Thanks for joining us, and get out there and secure those endpoints.